What if a powerful gorilla suddenly found itself surrounded, not by one, but by dozens of massive snakes in the jungle? What would it do? Stand its ground? Or escape? In the wild, encounters between animals are often unpredictable. A gorilla is known for its strength, intelligence, and calm dominance. But snakes, especially large ones, move silently, strike quickly, and can appear from anywhere. So imagine this moment. Dry leaves crunch underfoot, the forest is quiet. And then suddenly, movement all around. The gorilla realizes it's not alone, but here's the surprising part. A gorilla wouldn't panic right away. Instead, it would assess. Gorillas are highly intelligent and aware of their surroundings. If faced with multiple large snakes, the gorilla's first instinct wouldn't be reckless action. It would be control. It might stand upright, making itself look larger and more intimidating. Its posture alone can discourage threats. If the snakes move closer, the gorilla could use its strength defensively, not aggressively, but strategically. With powerful arms, it might push or throw obstacles or even sweep objects like branches to create distance between itself and the snakes. But here's something even more important. Gorillas don't seek conflict. If there's a safe way out, they will take it. The gorilla may slowly back away, carefully watching the ground, avoiding sudden movements. If needed, it could quickly climb a tree, something snakes may struggle to follow depending on the species. Or, in a burst of speed, it could run to a safer area using its knowledge of the forest to escape danger. Because in the wild, survival isn't about fighting, it's about making the smartest decision in the moment. So what would a gorilla really do in this situation? It wouldn't charge blindly into danger, wasting its energy on unnecessary conflict. And it wouldn't freeze in fear, allowing panic to take control. Instead, the gorilla would pause just for a moment, but in that moment something powerful happens. It thinks. A gorilla is not just strong, it's highly intelligent. It reads its environment, notices movement, and evaluates risk almost instantly. Surrounded by multiple snakes, it wouldn't react emotionally. It would react strategically. It would observe which direction is safest, which threats are closest, and which path offers the best chance of escape. Then it adapts. If the snakes are too close, it might use its size to appear more dominant, standing tall to create space. If the ground becomes unsafe, it may shift its position carefully, step by step, avoiding sudden movements that could provoke attention. And if the situation demands it, the gorilla can act quickly, moving it with surprising speed toward a safer area or climbing to higher ground where it has the advantage. But above all, it chooses survival over conflict. In the wild, strength alone doesn't guarantee survival. Wisdom does. A gorilla doesn't fight just to prove power. It survives by making the right decisions at the right time. It knows when to stand firm, when to create distance, and when to leave. Because sometimes the smartest move isn't to face danger head-on. It's to outthink it. And in a world where every decision can mean life or death, intelligence becomes more than just an advantage. It becomes the ultimate weapon. What if I told you, snakes don't just live in forests by accident, they choose it very carefully, and the reason why is more strategic than you think. Forests are dark, unpredictable, and full of danger. There are predators everywhere, limited visibility, and constant competition for food. So why would a snake, a cold-blooded, silent hunter, choose a place like this to survive? Why not open fields or safer, simpler environments? At first glance, it doesn't make sense, but once you understand how snakes survive, everything changes. The forest isn't just a home for snakes, it's actually their perfect weapon. At first, it may look like chaos, fallen leaves scattered across the ground, twisted branches, shifting light, and deep shadows that seem to move with the wind. But for a snake, this isn't random at all. It's a system carefully used to survive. Every dry leaf becomes a layer of silence or deception. Every shadow becomes a hiding place. Every root and fallen log becomes a shield. In a place where visibility is limited, being unseen is power, and snakes have mastered that power better than almost any other creature. They don't need to chase. They don't need to fight. They simply wait, blending so perfectly into their surroundings that the forest itself seems to protect them. And when the moment is right, they don't attack wildly. They move with precision. Because in the forest, speed isn't the greatest advantage. timing is. The deeper you look, the more you realize something surprising. The forest doesn't just hide snakes. It works with them. It gives them cover when they need protection. It brings prey close without effort. It allows them to control their movement without being noticed. To other animals, the forest can feel unpredictable and dangerous. But to a snake, it's a perfectly designed environment where every detail can be used to its advantage. So when you imagine a snake resting quietly among the leaves, it's not just hiding. It's positioned, aware, patient, ready. Because in that moment, the forest isn't just where it lives, it becomes part of how it survives. In a forest, the ground is covered with leaves, branches, and shadows. For a snake, this becomes the ultimate disguise. Their colors and patterns blend naturally with the environment, making them nearly invisible to both predators and prey. In an open field, they'd be exposed, but in the forest, they disappear. Forests are also full of life: rodents, birds, frogs, and insects. For snakes, this means a steady source of food. Instead of chasing prey over long distances, they can stay hidden and wait patiently. Snakes depend on their surroundings to control their body temperature, and forests offer a perfect balance. Sunlight filters through the trees, while thick vegetation provides cool shade. This allows them to move between warm and cool areas with ease. Even though snakes are hunters, they are also targets. Many animals prey on them, including birds and mammals, but the forest gives them countless places to hide. Under logs, inside burrows, and beneath layers of leaves. It's more than a habitat. It's protection. Snakes rely on patience rather than speed, and forests give them the perfect advantage for ambush hunting. With limited visibility, prey often doesn't notice danger nearby. Every shadow and every fallen branch becomes part of the snake's strategy. So snakes don't live in forests because they have no choice. They live there because it gives them control. Control over hiding, control over hunting, control over survival. The forest isn't dangerous for them. It's where they're strongest, so next time you think of a forest as wild and chaotic, remember this. For a snake, it's not chaos, it's a perfectly designed world where every shadow is an advantage. A forest is a large area of land dominated by trees, plants, and other vegetation, forming one of the most important ecosystems on Earth. Forests exist almost everywhere except Antarctica and come in different types, including tropical, temperate, and boreal forests. Each type has its own climate, plant life, and animal species specially adapted to survive in that environment. Forests are essential for maintaining the balance of nature. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen through photosynthesis, helping regulate the Earth's atmosphere and slow down climate change. This is why forests are often called the lungs of the planet, as they provide clean air and support life. One of the most remarkable features of forests is their biodiversity. They are home to millions of species of plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms. Many species depend on each other, forming complex food chains and ecosystems. Forests provide food, shelter, and protection, making them one of the richest habitats on Earth. Forests also play a crucial role in the water cycle. Trees absorb water from the soil and release it into the air through transpiration. This helps form clouds and regulate rainfall, affecting both local and global weather patterns. Without forests, water systems and soil stability would be negatively impacted. In addition to ecological importance, forests benefit humans in many ways. They provide timber, paper, fruits, and medicinal plants. Many communities rely on forests for food, shelter, and income. Forests are also important for recreation and spiritual connection, offering spaces for hiking, exploration, and reflection. Forests have different layers, from the forest floor to the understory, canopy, and emergent layer. Each layer supports different species of plants and animals, creating a structured and interdependent ecosystem. For example, the canopy houses birds and insects, while the forest floor is rich with decomposers like fungi and insects. However, forests face serious threats from human activities such as deforestation, illegal logging, and land conversion for agriculture and urban development. These actions lead to habitat loss, reduced biodiversity, and increased carbon emissions, affecting the climate and the survival of countless species. To protect forests, conservation efforts like reforestation, sustainable forest management, and protected areas are being implemented worldwide. By understanding their importance and acting to preserve them, humans can ensure that forests continue to thrive, support life, and maintain ecological balance for generations to come.